Hello guys. In the previous video, you have already completed some topics like ideal fluid, density, pressure, fluid flow, critical velocity and equation of continuity. But today I will discuss the most important topic which is known as Bernoulli's theorem. Before starting this theorem, think what is principle of continuity? In case study flow of ideal fluid through a tube of non-uniform cross section, the product of area of cross section and the velocity of flow is same at every point in the tube. So you can revise this topic principle of continuity as the product of area of cross section A and velocity v always remains constant. The product A into V have the same dimension of mass upon density. This principle is based on law of conservation of mass, and also this principle is used this principle is used in the proof section of this Bernoulli's theorem. Here the Bernoulli theorem of this unit of this branch of physics called fluid mechanics. It is very important to everyone. It can be it can be complete in three sections. First is statement, second will be mathematical statement, and third one will be the proof. So first, think about statement. In case of streamline flow of ideal fluid through a tube of non-uniform cross section, the total energy per unit volume remains constant at every point in the tube. Total energy means the pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy. Here in this statement, these three terms are coded as pressure energy per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume and potential energy per unit volume. This theorem is the another form of law of conservation of energy. The next part of this theorem goes to mathematical statement. This theorem can be written mathematically as pressure energy per unit volume P plus kinetic energy per unit volume half rho v square plus potential energy per unit volume rho g h equal to constant. Also, it may be written in the terms of different heads. First is P upon rho g, which is called pressure head, and second term v square upon 2g, which is called velocity head, and the third head, potential head, may be written as h. So the sum of all heads remains constant. The proof of this theorem will be start with the figure. So we have a figure to you. This is the figure of a tube of non-uniform cross section, which represented here as having the different levels h1 and h2. Area of cross section A1 and A2, here A1 is greater than A2. Area of cross section A1 is greater than A2. So the velocity at first end x will be smaller than the second end y. So we can write it v1 should be smaller than v2. Here, by using equation of continuity, we can write the product of a1 into v1 will be same as the product of a2 into v2. Also, we have some additional information. Pressure P1 at one end and the pressure P2 at second end. Here the value of pressure P1 is greater than the pressure P2. So we will use these quantities in this section of proof. By using this figure, we have think for increase in kinetic energy, because velocity increases, so its kinetic energy will increase. This increase in kinetic energy delta k will be half mv2 square minus half mv1 square. Further, the increase in potential energy will be written as delta u equal to mgh2 minus mgh1, because we have taken h2 greater than h1. So this is the term of increase in potential energy. Here the total increase in the energy will be as delta k plus delta u. Further, the external work done on the system, means fluid, will be find by using the basic formula work equal to force into displacement. Work equal to pressure into area into displacement. The product of area into displacement may be written in the form of volume. So this formula can be written here as the work done on the system equal to P into delta V. P is the pressure difference between both the ends. So the work done on the system will be the difference of these two terms, P1 into delta V minus P2 into delta V, because this will be delta W will be P1 minus P2 into m upon rho by using the equation of continuity. Here the fluid is non-viscous, so using the law of conservation of mechanical energy, the net work done will be equal to the total increase in energy. So delta W equal to delta K plus delta U. By using above values of delta W, delta K and delta U, I find this P1 minus P2 into m upon rho equal to half m B2 square minus V1 square plus mg into H2 minus H1. Solving the above equation, we find here P1 minus P2 equal to half rho B2 square minus V1 square plus rho g H2 minus H1. This equation also written as P1 plus half rho V1 square plus half rho g H1 equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square plus rho G H2. By seeing this equation, we can think the sum of pressure energy per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume, and potential energy per unit volume remains constant at every point in the tube. So, this expression explains the Bernoulli's theorem. So, this is the basic proof of Bernoulli's theorem. This theorem is very important in our daily life, as we are talking about the working of aeroplane. The working of aeroplane can be explained by the Bernoulli's theorem. Also, it helps to explain about the working of paint gun, scent spray, and insects sprayers. With the help of this theorem, we can explain drop of pressure when fluid moves from broader to narrower horizontal pipe. In that case, the third term rho g h will neglect from this equation. So, the final equation will be written in the form of sum of only two term P plus half rho b square equal to constant. So, this equation can help in the explanation of this drop of pressure. With the help of this, when fluid flow from broader to narrow pipe, its velocity increases and so the pressure decreases. This was the result of the application of this theory.